Yeah. All right. Do 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 do. Be true. You're keeping track of how many eggs each of your 12 chickens lays each week, and you can come up with this data. Find the mean, the median, the mode, and the range of that data. All right. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Let's see if we can get a little bit of help out there. Let's see here. I'm looking for a little help, and that is going to come from C3. That's Teo. Teo, do you want to help me with the mean, the median, or the mode of this data? Sure thing. So let's get all this in order first. So you must have written it in order, yeah? Perfect. So go ahead. Tell me then that data in order. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 7, 8, 9, 23. Sounds good to me. Awesome. So, whoop, that's the numbers in order. And then to find the median, you just kind of go from the outside edges to the middle. So I got it between 5 and 6. Is that what you guys got? And then, Taylor, what's in between 5 and 6? So the median is 5.5. There are 5.5 eggs per chicken is what we're thinking. That most chickens lay around 5.5 eggs. They lay around 5.5 eggs. Okay, I need the mean and the mode and the range. Let's see if I can get a little bit of help on the mean and the mode and the range. Let's see here. Can I get a little bit of help coming from? Oh, drawing empty seats. That's okay. Get them out of the way. Nope. Nobody. Oh, Chris, there we go. Chris, save us. Chris, do you want to help me find the mean or the mode or the range? Sure. So how do you find the mean? Specifically, what do you mean by that? Yeah. Did I do that right? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 23? And then how many chickens were there? 12. So we divide that by 12. So according to this, they about 6.6 repeating. So 6.6 repeating eggs per chicken. That's like, did you guys ever see the movie Chicken Run? You ever see the movie Chicken Run? It's like if these guys, wasn't part of that a conspiracy? Like people who stop laying eggs, they give them the eggs of the people who are laying a bunch of them. Yeah. So like if they spread out their eggs evenly, everyone could have 6.6 repeating. By the way, this lady over here on the right, she's really taking care of her friends. Perfect. So now I need the mode and the range. Which one do you want to help me with? I'm looking for the mode or the range from Nitty. Which one do you want to help me with? What is the mode? The mode is 5 and 7. That's right. This has two modes, 5 and 7. It has two modes, 5 and 7. Those are the two numbers that show up the most frequently. The two numbers that show up the most frequently. That's what we're up to, okay? And then finally, I need the range. Let's see here. Can I get the range from, that's going to be Miss Stella. The range is 1 to 23. Not 23. Yeah, it's so 1 to 23. That's kind of like the way we talk about ranges in like English when we're speaking, but in math the range is actually the distance from the highest to the lowest. So there's 21 spaces in between. 22, excuse me, 22. Thank you. Median, mean, and mode. Which of those do you guys think is the best measure? Like when I say most chickens lay around this many eggs, do you think 5.5, 6.6 repeating, or 5 and 7? Which of those do you think is the best representation? Teach! Okay, can I get you guys in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? What do you guys think? Raise your hand if you think the median is the best measure. Okay? How about the mean? Maybe? How about the mode? Yeah, it's almost never the mode. And then the range, yeah, there you go. Yeah, indeed. No, guys, I would say that the median is the best one. And the truth is guys, is because if you look at it, I see one, two, three, four data points that are within a unit, an egg and a half of the median. And then like if you get between 2.5 eggs, suddenly like you've got a lot of our data. Where 6.6 repeating, I mean on a number line, that would be like right here. And in my mind, that's really only close to this right half. And even then, this guy here. And what's happening is that outlier is pulling all the mean to your right. What happens is that when you've got big outliers, median's usually the way to go. Okay, it is the 161st day of school, guys. You guys know that 161 over 72 is the best rational approximation for the square root of 5 with a denominator under 300? Let me show you. So if we take 161, 70 seconds, and square it, can I do that? I get a number that's really close to 5. That is, that the square root of 5 is really close to 161 70 seconds. See that? Yeah. So you could use that as a rational representation of the square root of 5 if you felt like it. Go ahead. Sure, but that's what I'm saying. If this denominator is over 300, you could of course find something that's better. If I just was willing to make that, but this number is way easier to remember than I'm assuming the one with the 300 is. I'm not sure what it would be, but anyway, that's that. It's Bring Someone Flowers Day. Yay! The day after Mother's Day. Just please don't steal them from your mom. All right. What is our first essential question? And I'd love to get that from. Nope, nobody at B1. Let's see here. Nope, nobody at H2. Drawing empty seats. G2. It's like I missed both of you guys. There we go. Hey, there it is. Caitlin, what's our first essential question? What is my statistics project going to be like? Yeah. What is my statistics project going to be like? And then what is our second essential question? And I would love to get that from, let's see here, that's going to be Frankie. Yeah, what is a 5-number summary? Yes, Trace. Did you already fill the okay, cool. So, guys, summer holidays is our Jeopardy this week. Here in the U.S., the holiday celebrating our nation's birth is often referred to simply as this date. That is July 4th or the 4th of July. Places with crowds, that's a concert. Yay! Go ahead. What you got, Andre? Is that true? Heck yeah. That's awesome. Way to go. I'll bet the U.S. saw that and they were like, well played, Philippines. Well played on the July 4th. Oh, that's awesome. Well, right on. That's good. That's good. Well, it's good to know we got it right at some point. All right, so let's go ahead and talk, guys. Underneath all this, got a pencil? The 5-number summary plus project beginnings. Since these made you guys stop taking the 7th grade test, there's actually this part of 7th grade statistics and probability that we never get a chance to talk about until after the RISE test. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to talk about that stuff now that the RISE test is done. Now, I know that not everybody's done, but after tomorrow's science test, guys, you may continue your math one, and the science one is notoriously short. So do your science one, then ask for a calculator, and do your math one. Does that sound good, everybody? Cool. So you guys probably do remember the 5-number summary. So we're going to do the 5-number summary of this chicken data because we've already got it right here. We've already got everything we need right here. So the 5-number summary has, surprise, surprise, 5 parts. 6 if you count the range, but I'm not worried about that as much because that's just an easy little piece here. They are, maybe you remember this, maybe you don't. Either way, got a pencil? Absolutely. There's the minimum. Well, I'm going to give it in order, though. First quartile, median, second quartile, third, excuse me, third, my apologies, third quartile. I know, Because where'd the second one go? It's the median. And then the maximum. And then there's these two bonus things. The range and the interquartile range. Yeah. You would have done this last year for sure, but this year we're actually going to add to it where it's not just making a box and whisker plot, it's making two box and whisker plots that you can then compare. Let's talk about it. Okay, so what is the minimum of this data? Everyone, the minimum is? 1. That makes it really easy. What's the maximum? 23. What's the first quartile? What's the median? It was 5.5. We already did all that. Now, for the first quartile, guys, what you're going to find is the median of the lower half. So, the median of the lower half is between 3 and 4. So, what's between 3 and 4? 3.5. And then the median of the upper half is the third quartile, which is between 7 and 8, which is 7.5. Now, the range is what we found earlier, 22. Does anyone remember what the interquartile range is? What's the interquartile range? Luke? Yeah. 7.5 minus 3.5, which I think is 4. Cool. How many of us were able to get that and feel pretty good about that? Awesome, very good. So, do you think that any of these points are outliers? Yes. Yeah, I would say that this one's an outlier, so we're going to treat it like an outlier, but we're going to show you how to actually calculate whether or not it's an outlier tomorrow during the Rise Day, okay? Okay, so guys, we need a number line that can hold all of our data. So everyone give me a number line that goes from 0 to 23. Give me a number line that goes from 0 to 23. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I counted by 5s. Okay. Okay. So we're going to put a point on each of these 5 number summaries. So we're going to put a point on 1 for the minimum. 1 for the minimum. 3.5 for the first quartile. 5.5 for the median. 7.5 for the third quartile. And then a point on 23. Now, guys, you suspect that that's an outlier, right? You guys suspect that that's an outlier. So we're going to treat it like an outlier. We're going to actually calculate whether it's an outlier tomorrow because that's a good way to use that time. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're actually going to plot that. That's our maximum. But what was the next number after our maximum? 9, right? So we're going to put a little dot on 9 as well. Okay? There. Now that we've got that, we can make a box and whisker plot. The box, guys, the box goes from the first to the third quartile. So if you make a box from the first to the third quartile, you know what, let's fill that in with fun colors because that's fun. Oops, that should be see-through though. There we go. We're also going to put a line straight down onto our median to kind of point that out. Yes, go ahead. It's 7. You're right, it is at 8.5. I missed. Mr. Petersen, 5, 6, 7, 7.5. Mr. Petersen, you embarrass me. But isn't that you? Shh. And then we're going to give it a whisker. Like this. You guys remember doing this? What? You guys don't remember? Oh, well, I'm glad we're talking then. That's good. This is a box and whisker chart. And the idea is that if you gather this data, you'll be able to make something where you can see the minimum, the median, the maximum, and the quartiles here. The idea here is not counting any outliers, each of these boxes, each of these places, come on, like all of these intervals contain 1/4 of our data. 1/4 of our data lives in this section, 1/4 of our data lives in this section, 1/4 of our data lives in this section, and then 1/4 of our data lives in this section. 1/4 of our data lives in this section. Yes? You do, unless the maximum is an outlier. And since you guys suspect that it's an outlier, I'm showing you what it looks like with the outlier in there. Tomorrow I'll talk about how you can actually calculate the outlier. Because honestly, tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to have you guys, we'll talk for a brief moment about outliers, and then we're going to go ahead and get started on our project, okay? So here's what our project is going to be like. You guys are going to collect univariate, meaning just one numbered data, and I don't even mind what it is, right? You might collect it from this class, like how many contacts do you have in your cell phone? What's your European shoe size? You might go online and collect things, like what's the weight of 8 different mammals, or what's the weight of whatever, right? So how many of us got some ideas of things that we might want to investigate? Okay? But here's the trick. This is how we move from 6th grade to 7th grade. You're actually going to compare it to another population. So for example, if you compared the weight of 23 randomly selected reptiles and 23 randomly selected birds, what do you suspect is going to be heavier, the reptiles or the birds? Reptiles. Okay, so your job would be to actually collect that data, find the 5-number summary for each, put it on here, and describe what you're seeing. That's how you get a 4 on this project. We're actually going to put it on a poster. We're going to hang it up on the wall out here. It's going to be awesome. How many of us feel like that's going to be good? And your partners are going to be the people at your table, okay? So the people at your table are going to be your partners. So those of you at home, you're going to want to download this thing that I'm handing out to people. This is exactly what your project is going to be like, except I've given you the data. So I want you guys to talk to each other about how are you going to find the 5-number summary for this data. So read this along, guys. Follow the directions, ask me questions, and start cooking up some ideas about what you could research to make a couple of box and whisker plots. Give it a try, and here we go. Teach! Yeah, when they return, well, when, I know that he's out, so that he's got an alternative, but when this person returns. For now, absolutely, yes. Yeah. So, but people will come and join you. Like whoever I don't know. Like I know there's someone who sits there, but I can't think about who it is. It's Lucas. Lucas will be in your group when he returns. Yeah, it'll be 3. So go ahead and follow all the directions on this, top to bottom. See what you guys can do. I'll be around to help. And those of you at home, go ahead and download that.